Hello guys, welcome back to the next installment in this YouTube series. Today is push day. We are about a week post photo shoot, week post diet, back into a surplus, feeling refreshed, rejuvenated and juicy, ready to get going. So we've got some big plans in place from now until the end of December. I'm in a surplus, it's time to grow, it's time to make improvements, because come January 1st, it is time for show prep. We've got a 20+ week diet coming up. Show season, I'll have multiple shows across April, May, June, July. So every week, every session from now until then counts. It's all about making improvements, bringing up weaknesses. So I'm going to try and break down today's session, make it as detailed, useful and helpful as possible and bring you guys along the journey. So without further ado, let's get on with it. It's time to get fucking massive. So kicking off today's workout with calves at the start. Calves at the start because, let's be honest, we all neglect calves. Nobody has calves that are big enough. So placing them at the start of a push session, it's not going to take anything away from my push work coming up later in this session. So it's a good way to get it out of the way. Whereas typically when most people do it at the end of leg day, you're fucked, you skip it, you don't want to do it, you half-ass it. So putting it at the start of push day takes nothing from my push session and I can get big ass calves and get on with my chest session. So pushing it at the start of push day has helped me grow these calves big time. So, ab wheels. Main reason we do this before our pressing is because in this session, there's gonna be some shoulder pressing. So, trying to get our arms up overhead, doing this ab wheel, it's gonna load our shoulders in that position, close to being overhead. So mobility-wise, it's gonna be easier to get into that. We're gonna be safer because the shoulders are warmed up, there's blood flow there. So, spending time in those extreme ranges before we do any working sets in them. So, to ensure we're fully warmed up, safe as possible, strong as possible, and ready to attack the set. So, that's the thought process behind this. It's not just solely an ab exercise, there's more thought behind it. So, yeah, that's it pretty much.
Hey, please do not text to me. I'm trying to get it, working to become the best of me. I'm doing my job, that includes whipping and keeping the recipes. I cannot stop, I gotta get it till legends are next to me. Till legends are next to me. Hey, please do not text to me. I'm trying to get it, working to become the best of me. I'm doing my job, that includes whipping and keeping the recipes. I cannot stop, I gotta get it till legends are next to me. Till legends are next to me. Okay, 2X beat a shirt, but I been hitting the gym. It's OTD driving, I'm trying to go out with the Korean style and we about to go.
So, dumbbell, laterals, pause at the top. So, main reason we're pausing at the top here is that's where all the juicy bits are. That's where all the benefit is. Especially with a dumbbell, these first couple inches of range here, there's absolutely no tension. It only kind of starts here, and then at the top it's very, very heavy. So that being where it's heaviest, in the shortened range, that's where you want to spend most of the time. It makes no sense to spend time here where there's no weight, there's no tension. You're just wasting your time. Anywhere an exercise is heaviest or hardest, that's usually where the juicy bits are. That's where you want to spend the time, not where it's easy. So spend time at the top, you'll get more to these, and you get some big ass delts.
Keeping the recipes, I cannot stop, I gotta get it till legends are next to me. Till legends are next to me. Ay, please do not text to me. I'm trying to get it, working to become the best of me. I'm doing my job, that includes whipping and keeping the recipes. I don't wanna talk. How you try and press the kid and read it, you was soft. All you know is cap a homie, you don't know the law.
Warm-up's done. Now time for the working sets. Jim's left the sponges.
Talking all that good, so I just hit you with the plays. Running up the score like Tyreek, I'm going deep. Watch me how I'm saucing, I be spreading it with ease. You gon' see the piece, you gon' see the flex when you hear these writtens. Trust me, you know the difference.
Slam it so everyone knows you're putting extra weight on. Make sure they hear it. The louder it is, the more weight it sounds like.
You gotta take the time for seasoning to marinate. You need the patience and the pressure just to detonate. I'm trying to blow up and these heathens need to get it straight. Gifted with a vision and precision. I'm just trying to make it high key. Might be breaking free like I was Zion in some Nikes. Tucked at the crib, bro, you know just...
Okay, so Cybex slight incline Smith. Now this has replaced the slight incline dumbbell simply because I'm quite lean right now, not shredded by any means, but I've got to the end of my cut with losing all that body fat, especially in the upper body. It comes with losing a lot of stability for pressing. Dumbbell press requires a wee bit more stability than Smith machine. So for now, I've got Smith machine in instead and progressing this. Dumbbell press might come back in down the line, but for now, got a machine in, and what better than a slight incline to sort of target the whole chest. You want them juicy double D milkers, this is the exercise for you. So get this in the program and grow some big milkers. And if you find this helpful, drop me a follow.
Cause you a locust, my focus is to grow this mission. A visionary, get a dictionary. We here off the rip and we ain't sharing, we just caring. Let me speak it to the manager. We damage her, no, you ain't messing with an amateur. I'm ramming, the competition ain't standing up. They
so, close grip tricep press there. Trying to bias the triceps. You're gonna get a bit of chest and a bit of delts while you're doing this too, but keeping a closer grip, keeping the elbows tucked as we come back, trying to smash those triceps as they're a weakness. So gonna grow them bitches as much as we can.
With the sting of a left hook that connects with Sunny Liston, I'm dismissing any and all of the disrespect. Nonetheless, it ain't a threat, I'm just letting y'all know who's next. I don't wanna talk how you try and press the kid and really you was soft. All you know is capping, homie, you don't know.
Fucking hell, it's heavy. Ooh. One more side. One more exercise. Okay, so high to low cable flies, trying to bias the lower pec here. So notice the angle of the bench. Another thing to pay attention to here is notice how I walk out with these as well. Keep these cables in close because you're quite vulnerable when you're unracking these. So keep the cables in close at all times. And like this, I'm gonna walk out on the bench, right? And how you know you're in the correct position, the line of the cable. So this line of the cable runs straight through my elbow, shoulder, and wrist. From up here, it's too high. From down here, it's too low. So see that line of force runs straight through my shoulder. That's how I know I'm in the right position. Chest out, shoulder blades retracted the whole time. Slight bend in the elbows and the stretch. Boom. And keep the chest proud the whole time. And then same thing with letting them down. So be careful when you let these cables down. In close, and then one at a time. That'll keep you safe, because the last thing you want to do is tear a pec or shoulder when you're doing these, so pay attention.